All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Smart Getting Connects 5-minute follow-up. And today I'm asking back Omar. Omar, why don't you real quick just remind everybody who you are and what you do?
Omar Abdelrehim, and I help companies with their sales process to grow their sales using automation and available tools.
Very cool. Very cool. On the podcast, so we're going to get right into it. So on the podcast, you had a brief conversation about LinkedIn as one of the tools that business owners use.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a little more to it than that, than just flat out saying use LinkedIn. Why don't you give us a little bit of insight as to how you do that?
Okay, so this LinkedIn strategy that I'm talking about is not making a lot of posts and posting a ton of content and generating content and all that. This is basically identifying a nice target demographic who is your sweet spot. This is your sweet spot client, right? And we write messaging directed towards that person so it resonates with them, so that it improves or it begins engagement, right? So that's the whole point. So there's a lot of tools out there within LinkedIn and even outside of LinkedIn to help you do all of that. So I think that's very, very important. And you're right, we did not touch about that on the podcast, but that's very critical because that's the how. And that's the what and the how. So it's very critical. So knowing your demographic and having a message that resonates with that demographic to get them to engage with you. That's the number one thing.
And you talked, I think we talked before we got on this recording, we talked a little bit about some of the automated tools and automated versus not automated, and there's pros and cons to both. And do you want to take just a quick minute before we jump into the other topic that we wanted to cover?
Yeah, absolutely. So I highly, highly encourage, if there's something that's repeated all the time and it's constantly the same thing, automate as much as you possibly can, right? And automate it within reason. So don't send like these massive messages that look like it's a robot. Make it look a little bit more, humanize it a little bit more. It's probably an interesting word, but humanize it, and you'd be surprised, and people in LinkedIn, they don't want to read long things, man. They got 30, like 10 seconds, 5 seconds, 7 seconds. Read it. Does it make sense? Boom. Does it resonate with me? You know what? I should probably hook up with that person.
Right. So
that's it.
So humanizing the automation pieces, it can be difficult, but if you need help with it, I'm sure you can let Omar know and he can help you with it. But so the other part of it was, we talked a bit about on the podcast about the challenges that you help companies solve in the lead generation piece of that, and having the lead generation be so succinct that it really makes the sales process predictable. So do you want to talk a little bit about that early part of the sales process and how you're talking about making sure that really works so that your bottom of the funnel is the best it can be?
Right. So this is very critical. So you can generate as many leads as you want, but after that, once you get on the phone with these people, if you don't have the right offer and you don't understand the problems that they're having, then guess what? It's probably not going to happen, right? And so what I learned in my journey is that not everyone is ready to do a high-end offer, right? Everybody's trying to sell you, just go for the high-end offers and maybe you'll get one a month, one every other month. Okay, whatever. Right. But the reality is there's people that are willing to pay for a sample of what you do. Right. And a lot of times this is part of the nurturing process. So once they get a flavor of what you're capable of doing, like, okay, you know what? I think I might be ready to step up to your next offer. Right. So I would say, definitely have some sort of 3-tier offer if you can. Now, not everyone can, but have like an entry-level offer, which is really a non-threatening offer, but it's something to get them to give you a little bit of money. It generates this moment of seriousness to see if that person is going to waste my time or are they real, right? And then have a mid-tier offer for companies that are people that may have already been, that are past that entry phase, right?
Yeah.
And give them the opportunity at that stage, and then have a high-level offer. And the high-level offer, these are typically for companies that are just ready. People that are just ready. Like, you know what? I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I've tried this, and I'm at this stage. I'm ready to go. I want to get the big fish, right? So so you're gonna have people in different life cycles and stages in their sales organization, in their sales and marketing. So don't just have one offer. I think the problem is most people just have that one offer, and if you don't take it, leave it. I'm out of here. Bye. Yeah. Right? But if you can have a person to come in and just give them a flavor of what you can do, if someone buys from you once, I think the numbers say that they're 25% chance more to buy from you again. If they buy from you twice, it's 75% chance that they're going to buy from you again.
Oh, so steer them up the ladder.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's a lot of upsell opportunities. So if you can tier your offers for upsell, then I think you're going to position yourself for a great, a really successful campaign, number one, because people don't know you. And then, but if you can give something that's non-threatening, get them on board, get them to do something, and then demonstrate what you can do, then they're going to say, you know what, I like that. What does the next one look like? And then you get the next one. And then once you do that one, then it'll be a lot. Then that sale, the close at that higher tier is not even a close. They're going to ask you, hey, when are we ready to go to the next step?
So, good timing.
Look at that.
That was our clock there to tell us that our time is up. So this is our 5 minutes. We're all done. Again, Omar, thank you very much. As always, insightful, great to talk to you. And you're just a kind of a cool guy to hang out with. So I appreciate it very much. Thank you for being on our 5 minute follow-up.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks for having me, man. You're a cool dude, man. You know what? Nobody's ever asked me what superhero I always wanted to be. So I got to tell you, that's a solid one, man. That's good. I like that.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.